Some things we just don't have the answers to, and that can be a blessing or a curse. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 terrifying sounds ever recorded that can't be explained. So if you're watching this while wearing headphones, be prepared to be freaked out. Now let's get on with the list. Number 10. Space music. Sound needs a medium to travel, and thus it cannot be heard in the vacuum of space. Yet astronauts have returned to Earth with fascinating tales of hearing odd noises while in space, which is terrifying. During the Apollo 10 mission, which was a test run for sending the first men to the moon, astronauts were carrying various equipment with them, which was being tested to withstand space as they were deemed essential for the moon landing. While circling the moon, the astronauts on the vessel heard a certain whistling sort of music. The music lasted for almost an hour and creeped the living daylights out of the astronauts. One of them described the sound as a sort of otherworldly music. On returning to Earth, the astronauts struggled for a while on whether or not to tell NASA and the rest of the world about what they experienced. Later, astronaut Michael Collins, who was also a part of the Apollo 11 mission with Aldrin and Armstrong, revealed hearing similar music while on the moon's surface. An engineer from the US Space Agency said the noises likely came from interference caused by radios within the lunar and command modules. However, Al Worden, an astronaut on Apollo 15, disputed the explanation. Number 9. Noise in the stratosphere. In 2023, strange sounds that were recorded high in Earth's atmosphere have scientists baffled. A solar-powered balloon mission detected a repeating infrasound noise in the stratosphere, and scientists don't know what's making it. The solar-powered balloon mission, launched by researchers from Sandia National Laboratories, carried out a microphone to the region of Earth's atmosphere found around 31 miles above the planet called the stratosphere. This region is relatively calm and free of storms, turbulence, and commercial air traffic, meaning microphones in this layer of the atmosphere can eavesdrop on the sound of our planet, both natural and human-made. However, the microphone in this particular study also heard strange sounds that repeat a few times per hour. Their source has yet to be identified. The sounds were recorded in the infrasound range, meaning they were at frequencies of 20 Hz and lower, well before the range of a human ear. There are mysterious infrasound signals that occur a few times per hour on some flights, but the source of these is completely unknown, Daniel Bowman of Sedina National Laboratories said in a statement. Number 8. Skyquakes. I didn't even know that skyquakes were a thing, so for those of you who don't know, skyquakes are mysterious booms from the sky but are not thunder, and they are heard all over the world. These mysterious booms sound like cannon fire rumbling down from the sky. They are commonly heard near water, occasionally rattling windows and plates. Now, some have been explained by military aircraft breaking the sound barrier, but that doesn't account for the reports of skyquakes heard as far back as 1824. Now, scientists have come up with a few likely causes. Near coast, the booms may be caused by enormous waves crashing against the cliffs. Sand dunes are also capable, throughout unexplained mechanisms, of producing sounds, including, on rare occasions, large booms. Other options are meteors generating sonic booms as they speed into the atmosphere, shockwaves caused by coronal mass ejections from the sun smashing into Earth's magnetic field, distant volcano eruptions, far-off thunder redirected through the upper atmosphere, deep earthquakes making noises by cracking the crust, and gas belching up from the underground vents beneath the ocean or lake beds. But the fact that it could literally be so many things without a definite answer is freaky. Number 7. The upsweep. The upsweep is composed of a long train of sounds that sweeps repeatedly upwards like an unearthly howl from low to high frequency. It was first detected in the Pacific Ocean in 1991 by the autonomous hydrophone arrays of the UN National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. Interestingly, it changes throughout the year, peaking in spring and autumn, although scientists are unsure whether this is due to changes in the source or changes in the environment the sound travels through. The upsweep has a plausible but unconfirmed explanation: undersea volcanoes. It's thought the sound may result from hot lava pouring into cold seawater. Though it can still be detected, the level of the upsweep has been slowly declining since its initial discovery. Number 6. La Llorona Wail. The The legend of the La Llorona has a wide variety of details and versions. In a typical version of the legend, a beautiful woman named Maria marries a rich man to whom she bears 2 children. One day Maria sees her husband with another woman, and in a fit of blind rage, she drowns their offspring in a river, which she immediately regrets. Unable to save them and consumed by guilt, she drowns herself as well, but is unable to enter the afterlife, forced to be in purgatory and roam this earth until she finds her offspring. Now, the legend is deeply rooted in Mexican popular culture and is told to encourage people not to wander off in the dark and near bodies of water, such as rivers and lakes alone. It's said that if you hear her cries being distant, it means she's close, and if they seem close, that she's far. She usually has a loud cry, kind of like a coyote or owl. Stories of a weeping lady going around the streets of Mexico City were being reported more than a decade before the Spaniards arrived in the Valley of Mexico in 1519. Now, people have posted videos online of them hearing what they believe to be her cries. Is it her or something more sinister? Either way, I am scared. Number 5. Colossi of Memnon. The Colossi of Memnon is on the west bank of Luxor, are 17 meters high and cut from 2 massive granite blocks. Many of these sounds have been heard for decades or even centuries, but let's go back millennia to this strange case of the singing Egyptian monument. West of the river Nile, 2 massive twin stone statues stand proudly. Called the Colossi of Memnon, they are a tribute to a pharaoh. In 27 BC, a large earthquake shattered part of one of the colossal statues, cracking the lower section and collapsing the top. Soon people began to notice something strange as the statue started to sing. The sound usually came at dawn and was primarily reported in February or March. To Greek historian and geographer Strabo, it sounded like a blow, while Greek traveler and geographer Pausanias compared it to the string of a lyre breaking. Scientists today speculate the sound was caused by the rise in heat and humidity in the ruins of the stone as the sun rose. But they can't check their theory because although the statues are still around, the sound is not. In about 199 CE, Roman Empire Septimus Severus ordered the repair of the earthquake damage and the singing disappeared. Number 4. Forest Grove Sound. In February 2016, a high-pitched noise was heard intermittently at night in Forest Grove, Oregon. The Department of Forestry determined that their equipment was not a cause of the sound. The Washington Post described the sound sounding like a giant flute playing off-pitch, car brakes, or a steam whistle. NBC News described it as akin to a bad one-note violin solo broadcast over a microphone with non-stop feedback. It reportedly lasted from 10 seconds to several minutes at a time. The noise occurred near the Gales Creek Road. Neither the City of Forest Grove Public Works Department nor the fire department were able to explain the noise. According to NW Natural, there were no problems with gas lines in Forest Grove at the time. In February 2018, Andrew Dawes, a professor of physics at Pacific University, mapped the locations where the noise had been heard, although the results were inconclusive and did not suggest any single location. Throughout February 2016, approximately 200 calls were made to the Forest Grove Police Department, according to Captain Mike Herb, who said that most of the calls were suggesting explanations for the sound, ranging from frogs to aliens to Bigfoot. In late February 2016, the Forest Grove Police Department announced via Facebook that the noise did not pose a safety hazard, and the police announced that they were halting their investigation until further information appeared. However, after February 2016, the noise was not heard again. Number 3. The Ping. Furry and Helka Strait is a narrow 1.2 to 12.4 miles wide Arctic seawater channel located in Nunavut, Canada. This strait is the site of an unexplained phenomenon called the Ping, alternately described as a hum or beep heard throughout the summer of 2016. It was heard by various residents of the town in Igloolik, and local hunters blamed it for a comparative secrecy of marine game animals that year. The noises emanating from the sea floor, and this concerned a lot of people. The Department of National Defense has been informed of the strange noises emanating from the area, and the Canadian Armed Forces are taking appropriate steps to actively investigate the situation, a spokesperson wrote in a statement. Canadian military authorities performed an airborne survey of the area but reported nothing unusual, nor did they have any knowledge of Allied or foreign submarine activity in the area. So it is still unknown what it was. Number 2. Bloop. Bloop is the big kahuna in unexplained sounds. In 1997, an extremely powerful ultra-low frequency sound was detected at various listening stations origins thousands of miles apart and traced to somewhere west of the southern tip of South America. The sound only lasted about a minute and was heard repeatedly over that summer, but has not been heard since. Bloop is generally believed to be the sound of a massive ice quake, but scientists haven't totally ruled out the possibility that the sound originated from something organic. That's where things get scary, as if an animal was the source of bloop, it would have to be larger than a blue whale. Now, the most interesting of all theories stems from the fact that bloop's location is somewhere close to author H.P. Lovecraft's fictional sunken city, Rayla, where the creature known as Cthulhu lies dead but dreaming. Cthulhu can be best described as part man, dragon, and octopus, which seems as likely a source as any for the ocean's greatest auroral anomaly. And coming in at number 1 is the hum. A constant low frequency sound has been plaguing people around the world since at least the 1960s, from Canada to New Mexico, Scotland to New Zealand. Most you hear it say it sounds like a truck engine idling, and earplugs don't help block it out. Called the hum, it is so well documented that there's actually statistics about it. It can only be heard about 2% of the population, it is generally present indoors, it becomes louder at night, it is heard more often in rural and suburban areas, and it tends to be heard by middle-aged people. Now, some doubt the hum is even a physical sound, as in a fraction of cases it might be the result of psychology, with people focusing too hard on ambient noise. But for most, the hum appears to be very real. Many obvious sources have been ruled out, such as highway noise, industrial equipment, the electricity grid, and phone towers. Other theories of varying plausibility have been suggested, such as earth tremors, mating fish, power or gas lines, tunneling under the earth, wireless communication devices, and the OG, of course, aliens. A study by geoscientist David Deming of the University of Nebraska suggests the hum may actually be a result of very low frequency (VLF) radio transmissions used by military powers. Other research suggests the hum comes from natural terrestrial or geological phenomena. It is a well-studied fact that animals seem to be able to predict earthquakes, so perhaps some humans have the same mechanism. Either way, it is strange. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 terrifying sounds ever recorded that can't be explained. Which one do you think is the scariest? Let us know in the comments down below, and hey, why not like and subscribe while you're down there. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.